It's Week 14 of the National Football League, where we'll get a look at this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's going to be a good one on Thursday night prime time.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
Yeah, and this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. Not only did he get them in that end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
Here's a first carry for their running back. They tackle him at the 38, but that run is good enough to pick up the first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now this time they'll look to throw. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. A shotgun snap. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today, and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
And the defense there to meet them. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now a fair catch, he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. This drive will start on the ground. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. It is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's enough for a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the air one more time. Quick throw, taken in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling. They'll look to throw again. A toss left side, caught by his running back.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
On 4th down, they'll send in the field goal unit. This one from just under 50 yards. No issues there. This one is good. And the visitors are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And he is the NFL leading rusher here in the month of December. A strong finish in the final stretch could earn him the crown. They'll begin here on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and In this case, it results in a sack. This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their second sack, and we're still here in the first quarter.
Oh, but he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything's short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll go down. They drop him for the sack on the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's a 3-point game here early on. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end. Well, let's give the defense a little credit here. You talk about read and reacting quickly. They recognize the screen right out of the jump, and he's able to beat the blocker to the spot and keep him to no gain.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. We check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently 2nd in that category. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And this one's not going to help the cause. He is going backwards. Tackled back at the 8.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
The offense's backs were already up against the wall, but after suffering that last sack, it's all but eliminated whatever breathing room they had left. And for the rest of this drive, they don't have much room for error at all.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. Back to throw here to begin the drop. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. A tight end in motion now. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He'll get this out to the left flat. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Out now is the field goal unit. They'll try to pick up 3 points here. This a 48-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the visitors, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with the 1st down. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. A gain of 11 on that one. And that will be a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, then on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. A quick throw. That's complete on the slant. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. They bring the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, they'll try to get it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the 1st down. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half of a 3-point game. Back with more of this Thursday opening after this. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
This one complete right side. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well. They bring a tight end in motion left. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
3rd down, 3 to go. Back to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. They'll look to throw yet again. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his defense will take over here. following the interception.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The home team's offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw taken in. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. He's going to run it. Now the offense will use their 3rd and final timeout. So the move is for the field goal unit here. This one from just under 50 yards. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So we've reached halftime here in our Thursday Nighter to start the new NFL week. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports. And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's used his legs to great effect this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design, as you check out the league leaders in quarterback rushing yards. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They'll stay on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
This team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this 2nd half. Low-scoring game, all tied, 3rd quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. Let's see if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now, faking the give. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a 1st down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now a give on the ground, and that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Here's a 3rd down and 4. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll turn and hand this one off. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. From the gun, here's a handoff. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here now, 3rd and 5. From out of the gun, he'll throw. That's caught. Left side, it's complete. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete. Now whistles and a timeout. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Inside the 10, it is caught. It's a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll look to throw again. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way to the end zone.
I just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. So now this team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll be looking to answer back. They trailed 13-6 and start this one with 1st and 10. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting and waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. Up the middle they go. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, it's taken in. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's going to be intercepted. Oh, big hole left side. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Second half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick 6 here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
The extra point is up and through. And his guys will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. One of the tight ends in motion right. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That one knocked away and incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down. Back to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Back to the air once more on second down. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Throwing now from the gun. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down. They'll throw out of the gun. That's into traffic, but taken in. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down. Now they'll set up to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
So after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Slot man in motion right. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. You have a tight end motioning left here. They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the 4th quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Quick throw, taken in, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Back to the air one more time. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
No problem there on the extra point. And the visitors are able to cut the deficit to 10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. From out of the gun, he'll throw. A high throw there, but a nice job to go up and get it.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath. and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
This is the point in the game, Mike, where on third down, you have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the first down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
Now a give up the middle, and some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll come up now for second down and 4. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's third down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he'll take it down to the 22, but they've got it. That's enough for the first down. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he will get into the end zone.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A short one taken at the 10. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. First and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw again. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 3rd and long. Quickly to the outside and complete.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.